I've come out for three reasons really. One, my daughter's just gone to university yesterday. I took her up to Manchester and I need to take my mind off that, being alone, empty nest. Two, I think this might be the last amazing weather day of September. The thunderstorms tomorrow. Not a cloud in the sky here. And three, I have an Airbnb guest with the loudest snore ever. You know what, I'd like to just get away from that, but really, actually no. I'm doing this because the weather tonight would be perfect for trying to be out without a tent for my second time. Bivvy, without a tent. And the only way I can do that is I just literally haven't got a tent, even in my car. I've got everything else in my rucksack here for a luxury evening, but no tent. Just sat down with a slight view of the sunset. Well, no, I've got a view of it, but you can't tell with this phone. Let me see. Well, it's just all... I'll turn it around. Just sat down here because the sun's about to go down. 6:20 already. Ridgeway's just up there. Got some food which is I just picked up from Waitrose. Just got some in the reduced style potato salad and couscous, and I got a baguette and I got brie. And vegetarian kebabs. So I had to buy a frying pan as well. So I've got a fantastic dinner. Bring my own wine. So bring your own restaurant here. All that was about £4.50, which is just over half the price of one of those dehydrated meals. And look how much more interesting and satisfying it is. It's kind of potluck as well. It's quite nice because you can just see what there is. The wine looks very unappealing, but it's a crisp white French wine, Côte de Gascogne. I have no idea about wines, but I think I like French. It seems to be more of a subtle flavour. And of course, tonight with the baguette and the brie, seems fitting. Cheers. Oh, that's nice. And it's good for Dutch courage when you're sleeping for some reason all alone next to a hedge. Not many women would think this is a good idea, but I think it's a fantastic idea. Stuffing my face and missing the sunset. Ooh. And behind me, the soft wind in the trees, which is coming from behind the trees, so I'm nice and sheltered here. Might sleep here instead of the Uffington White Horse. Don't know. Let's see. It goes on for miles. That feeling of space you get. I think I might love it because after living in London, we moved out to Kent when I was a teenager. I think 16 to age 18. Probably a very impressionable time. You know, the golden wheat and barley. There's just something very warm and dry. That dryness, you know, England is so cold and damp, but that warm, hot dryness of that arable harvest time, that August month that I must have had ages 16 to 18 without consciously remembering it, and that's drawing me to this Ridgeway and these big open spaces of arable. I live in the Chilterns with the beech woods, which I like in a different way. This, magnificent. My good torch, but the moon rises at 6:40, so I'm optimistic that the moon will be up and give me enough light. I'm now heading up to the Uffington White Horse. That's really pink, and my Samsung, whatever it is, A14 is not showing it up beautifully. I'm definitely going to buy a camera, not because I want to be some big YouTuber or even a very small YouTuber who does good filming, but it's not fair to me to come and, you know, make these and then just show some rubbish pictures. Not fair to you guys that are watching. Access bit broken. Took me a while to settle. It's really windy, but I'm so warm and snug in the bivvy bag. At 12:30 last night, I gave up there. Could have slept in that wind, even though it's quite windy. Could have slept in that. Could have slept with the slight slope, the bivvy bag tightened, you know, around my knees when I try and turn over. Could have done. There was one thing which stopped everything. It was the daddy long legs. About every 5 or 10 minutes, I just try and not think about them, doze off, and one would slam into my face. Just, I think they're low level at the grass. They don't want to be high up. They don't want to be out and probably in that wind at all. But for some reason they are, and they're sort of low level where I was, and just accidentally stumbling into my face. Walked back to the car, which is here in the nice little Ridgeway. The Ridgeway, whenever a road crosses the Ridgeway, there is a nice little car park and no camper vans. Because who would do this when you move? Slept really well in the car as usual. I think I sleep in the car as long as I feel it's not, you know, a known dogging site or anything like that, or motorway services, then I'm fine. In the car here I can see the sign there saying it's a restricted byway. And there's a note there, if you do see a vehicle on there, report it. They're not allowed. It's very dull, a lot of this Ridgeway path. The trees each side, so there's not much view. And I was thinking last night, I mean, it's not meant to be a scenic path for the beauty. It's a functional path. It wasn't meant to be fun, is what I'm saying, waffling on about. It's there for 1,000 years or whatever. And it wasn't meant to be fun. It was just functional. In fact, this road, little B road here, up that little B road on the right, is where I saw the barn owl when I came here before, and went past this because there was a dodgy looking car and the lay-by here like I am. Went past this, went on really, really slowly, just meaning to turn round at some point. The barn owl was just flying ahead of me on that lane. And I felt that before, that these old lanes are sometimes nicer than the official paths for walking. There's a squirrel running up the Ridgeway. Not going to cross the road, I hope. God, so many young squirrels get killed. I call them the teenage ones. This year's batch, crossing roads with their nuts. No, little one, don't. Do not cross that road. God, I can hear a car already. There's a car coming, mate. Mate. No, what are you doing? Hey, mate, get back. Yep. Good. No. Well, I'm going to go and scare that squirrel so he doesn't think about coming this way, unless he lives over here. He's gone over there for nuts, hasn't he? That sign makes it look really crowded. There's nobody here.